I was 14 when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. I was at a movie with my cousin who was the same age, and we went to the movie with his mom. And in the middle of the movie, it stopped, and they made the announcement that we had been attacked. We were at war. We left the movie house, and we were sorry to hear that, but at the same time, we were elated because now we were going to get an opportunity as 14-year-olds to mature and then go to war and get back at the Japanese. So that was a general feeling. We didn't know how bad it was, and it was bad because they pretty much caught all our battleships in one position there, and they were able to sink them. So we didn't have any battleships left. Luckily, some of the aircraft carriers were out of Pearl Harbor, and they survived. And they were able to slowly get back until we were able to get the Navy back in a position where it could battle the Japanese.
So what was your first reaction about like the atomic bomb being dropped? Like, did you think it was justified for America to do that to end the war? Or?
Yes, yes, and you have to understand that we were fed a lot of propaganda and justification for doing that. But the story that was going around is by us dropping the bombs on Japan, we must have saved 1 million lives, American soldiers. Because we had 400,000 men that were killed during the war between the Pacific area and also the European area. There were about 16 million people that went into the service. And the Japanese were an unusual group of people. They were fighting for their emperor. They didn't surrender. They thought it was wrong for people to surrender. You're supposed to fight until you die. Whereas the Germans, and as I told you before, were very professional. When they knew the war was over, they just more or less went through the motions. They just couldn't wait for the war to end. The Japanese would keep fighting. Matter of fact, I heard that 10, 15 years later, they still found some Japanese hiding in the mountains.
And they came out.
What we felt here was an obligation on our part to really put them down. Because they wouldn't just surrender, not like the Germans. See, the Germans were led by Hitler, who didn't want to surrender. The generals, who were really professional soldiers, wanted to. They didn't want their men killed. And that's what they had to look forward to.
Does this feeling that you got, that you said was like a general feeling of young people in America, does that compare to how people felt during the terrorist attacks of 9/11?
Not the same, because the attack on Pearl Harbor affected the entire country. If you haven't heard of the Sullivan brothers, have you heard that story? No. Okay, the Sullivan brothers. There were 5 brothers. I guess they came from Indiana or something like that. Their first reaction was the same reaction a lot of people is went right down to the Navy, the Army, wherever they want to go, and volunteered to go. First 2 went, then 3 and 4. It turns out that all 5 went. One of them was even married. Parents were very, distraught, and they said, take care of each other. We will. They ended up on the same ship. That ship was torpedoed. 2 of the brothers made it to the top deck, but they told their parents they would take care of each other. They went back down. All 5 were lost. So the parents lost five children. After that, the laws changed. Brothers could not serve on the same ship or the same outfit or something like that. They had to keep them separate.